Hello everyone and welcome back. We have a big update for this week. Finally the tank is fully cycled. Nitrites have gone all the way down to 0 after quite a while of trying to get them down using bacteria, dosing it in the tank. Put a whole bottle of Fritzyme 9 in there. Did some drops of ammonia. We put 3 big bricks of biological media. And that didn't really seem to work. So what we did about a week ago, a little bit over a week and a half, and we did about 60 or 70% water change on the tank. And I tested nitrates the day after I did the water change, and they were completely zeroed out, completely zero. So I thought, the tank's completely ready for fish. So let's start adding them. So in this tank right now is 2 fish. I'm going to show you them in a minute. You might see them kind of peeking out the back a little bit, so I'll give some close-ups of them in just a moment. So what happened is I bought the fish from my local fish shop. It's not too far away, about half an hour away drive. They weren't that expensive. They were £46 for the pair, which is pretty good. It's nothing, too drastic. It's the only 2 fish I really want in the tank. I'm going to keep it low bioload and focus more on the corals. So when I bought the fish, the tank wasn't actually cycled. It wasn't. There was still nitrite kicking around in the system. So what we did is we put both of these fish in my dad's sump of his very mature reef tank. It's about a year and a half old, really mature. Just put it in the sump in the one of the chambers. They did completely fine. Well, one did completely fine. I bought 2, which I'm hoping was a male and female. What I want to try and do is try and breed them. Yeah, they were in there for about 3 days, and the female, it died. These are quite a finicky fish. They don't do particularly well with transferring to different tanks. So obviously, the female didn't quite make it, but the male is completely fine. At least I think it's a male. I'm 90% sure it's a male. So when the tank was cycled, I put the male in this tank. So he was just on his own for about 2 days, 3 days. And I went back to my local fish shop to get another one since the female had passed away. So we got another one which I'm pretty sure is a female. I'm hoping they're male and female. They do kind of stick together quite a bit. They're not in completely different areas of the tank. They do stick together, and there is a couple ways you can tell these fish apart from male and female. So I'm about 80% sure they're male and female, but yeah, we'll find out. So enough talk, I'm just going to say what fish I got, and I got 2 Banggai cardinals, which is quite a common fish, easy to care for, apart from, obviously, like I said, transferring to new tanks, they can be a bit finicky with that, especially with foods as well. I've got them on brine shrimp, not spectrum pellets yet, but they're doing really, really well on brine. They're getting a lot of brine shrimp. Twice a day I put in 1 cube, but I split it, so I defrost 1 cube of brine shrimp in a little sample of water, and then I put about half of it in when I get in from school, about 3 o'clock, 3:30, and then what I do is I put the rest of it in about 7 or 8 towards the late evening. So they're both doing really, really well, no fighting. The reason I got these is because I didn't want a lid for the tank, and the Banggai cardinals very rarely jump. They're really not jumpy fish, so I do feel completely comfortable not having a net cover or any kind of cover on top of the tank, which I really, really did not want. So Banggai cardinals are pretty much my only option. They are a nice fish. They've got some nice patterns on them, some nice colours. They've got some good character, and obviously I really do want to try and breed these 2. Obviously, later on down the line, hopefully they're male and female. You may notice a couple changes with the tank. If you look down this kind of area all around the sand, there's a little bit of orange kind of starting to appear, a little bit of brown. That's diatoms appearing on the sands. There's a little bit on the rocks, a little bit of brownage kind of going along here, a lot up that arc. There's a lot of brown appearing, but that's completely normal. That's actually a good sign, to be honest. Obviously I'd rather not have it in the tank, it's not the prettiest thing. But all the tanks go through the algae stages. For the first 6 months we might get a bit of algae, but I do have the lights on a very it's not a short schedule, it's about 8 hours, 9 hours long, so it's not, you know, it's not too long, and it's only on 1% blue and 5% whites, which is really low. It's only using about 1 or 2 watts tops, not even that, maybe. It's about a 1 watt usage of both of the two Red Sea LED 50s that I have on top of these. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to try my best to get some close-ups of these fish. Obviously they're a bit shy at the moment, they're brand new in this tank. I just fed them as well, so they're not going to be out, you know, they're going to be a little bit towards the back. And I did clean my glass just about half an hour ago for the video, so they might not be particularly out, but I'm going to try my best to try and get some shots of them. So if we look in this corner, that's the female in the center of the screen there. The one towards the left, that's the male. At least I'm hoping so. The male is a little bit bigger. It's got a big second dorsal fin, which is the big long one. The second one in from the top. Female has a slightly shorter one. So you see they're both together at the back there. They do come out the front. The female seems a little bit more active than the male. I'm not too sure why that is. Maybe a little bit more greedy, you know, scavenging for food and stuff. But you can see they're always together towards the kind of back proportion of the tank. If we zoom out, there we go. They're usually about this kind of back half of the tank, just so they feel a little bit more comfortable. But they do kind of, you know, linger around the sides, kind of come out the front a lot. They absolutely go mad for brine shrimp. Obviously I do want to get them on spectrum pellets, but I just want to let them settle in on brine shrimp before I start you know, force feeding them the brine shrimp, the spectrum pellets, which I will get them on over the next few weeks hopefully. So you can see the brown appearing in the rocks. Diatoms, it's not loads, it's just mainly just this area. Very light around this area, kind of everywhere. There's quite a bit on the rocks, quite a bit up there, obviously where the light's kind of higher up there. So yeah, a little bit, not mad, it's not going crazy, so it's you know, it's staying controlled. I have no idea what my nitrate is at. Last time I tested, which was quite a bit before the water change, they were at like 50 ppm, so quite high. I should really test them again, might do that tomorrow, or after I've done the video, test nitrate, see what they're at. So probably, I'd say maybe about 20. I did do quite a big water change, so we'll see what they're at over the next few hours or tomorrow. But yeah, they're sort of settling in really well. Obviously, apart from the other female that died, these two are doing really good. They're feeding well, they're swimming, you know, they're out quite a bit. They're both together, no fighting, no jumping, flicking the water or anything. So yeah, they're settling in really well, and I'm really happy with them. So it's going to be the only 2 fish in this tank. I'll let these settle in, trying to get them on some spectrum pellets, see what my nitrates are at as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. Obviously coral isn't going to be added on yet, we've still got quite a bit of time until we add in coral. We're going to let the tank settle in a little bit first, and this is going to be an SPS only tank. So you know, if it was just soft corals only, I would have added coral in already, but it's SPS, so they're going to be a bit fussy, so I don't really want to add corals in just yet. And since it's SPS, I'm going to have to run the lights a little bit higher intensity, which isn't going to do algae any favours. So yeah, we're going to get some algae populated everywhere if I start turning the lights up. Plus I need a wave pump as well. I'm thinking possibly the AI Nero 3, maybe to have at the back somewhere. They're £150 or something, so I'll probably have to get one of them at some point this month, maybe next month. Get one of them. It's not an emergency really because there's no coral in here, but when I can, I'll get one of those Nero 3s. So I think I'm going to stop this video here. Hope you all guys like these new fish. Let me know what you think in the comments. So for next video, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to test some nitrates, and we'll see what this diatoms do. They might get even worse. They're slowly getting a little bit worse, but it's nothing really bad. I could probably siphon this out, maybe. That might help. But yeah, I'll probably do another video quite shortly within the next week. Try and get this one in a bit earlier if I can. Alright guys, so hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next week.